And shifting our focus to the latest bit of exclusive that CNN brings to you. CNN News 18 exclusive input by Manoj Gupta. We're learning Indian agencies are set to join the Sydney investigation into the shooting incident after sources revealed that the accused visited India 3 to 4 years ago to meet his mother. Joint team of state police and central intelligence agencies are likely to be sent to Australia to assist local authorities. The probe will focus on the shooter's ideological leanings, possible online or extremist radicalization, and any links to global Islamist networks. Investigators are also examining whether the attack was driven by organized anti-Jewish hatred or lone wolf radicalization influenced by international propaganda. Indian agencies are also checking digital footprints, financial trails, also travel details, and any possible contacts, sympathizers, or sleeper networks in India. So now the probe somehow linking the investigations to India with the news now coming in. This is a CNN News 18 exclusive. We're telling you how agencies are now going to take the investigations to India because the accused traveled to India 3 to 4 years ago to meet his mother. I do want to go across to Siddhant Mishra, who joins us with more details. Siddhant, so far, what do we know in terms of how investigators are looking at the accused's links to India? Tell us all the way back to 3 to 4 years. What was it that investigators have been able to unearth about his visit to India and his mother? Is she still in the country?
Well, that's right, Kritsreen. In fact, the other day, Foreign Minister of Australia, Penny Wong, spoke to EMS Jaishankar. In fact, at that point also, EMS Jaishankar extended full support to Australia. And now we're getting to know, and in fact, this input has been brought to us by Manoj Gupta, that Indian teams are likely to be in Australia. The personnel from the state police and central intelligence agencies are going to be in Australia. The core objective is to examine the shooter's ideological leanings. In fact, investigators check if attack was driven by organized anti-Jewish hatred. Lone wolf radicalization cannot be ruled out by investigators at this point in time. In fact, agencies seek clarity on any formal or informal links with the terror outfit. So one team of the investigators are going to go to Australia to contribute to the ongoing investigation, and this team will include personnel from the state police force, the central agencies. This is what Manoj is bringing for us. So as far as India's position on terrorism is concerned, it is that India condemns terrorism in all forms and manifestations. In fact, with several countries, India has a joint working group on counter-terrorism, where India shares, where two countries share perspectives. And since Australia is a very important strategic partner of India, and since this incident has taken place, perhaps India will definitely be looking at the investigation, and also is happy to contribute to the investigation to assist the Australians in this investigation.
A background check will thoroughly be carried out, Siddhant. But do we know more about whether or not we're looking at one of the accused being an Indian citizen formally, post which he migrated to Australia? What more details so far are out there?
Well, yes, that's right. In fact, the authorities the other day, Kritsveen, came up with a proper release, perhaps talking about the background of one of the attackers, Naveed Akram, the father attacker, and he belongs to India, but he was not in touch with his family from a long time. In fact, some reports are saying that he visited India in early 2000 to see his mother. Perhaps that was his last visit. I think the focus right now, Kritsveen, should more be on where these two attackers got radicalized.
Yeah.
Where was that training camp? Whether that was in Philippines, whether that was somewhere in Australia, perhaps that needs to be the core of this investigation. Because how did they reach to the radical to these groups, these channels through social media, etc., where these camps are functioning? who has provided them these sophisticated weapons, explosives. Perhaps that is going to be the focus area of the investigators at this point in time, because many reports say that these two attackers traveled to Philippines to be trained for this terror attack. Then in that case, it is definitely a matter of concern if this ISIS camps are openly,
Yeah.
functioning, working
So
in
the
South
channel
Asia.
of radicalization becomes extremely important to zero in on ideological leanings, whether or not this was online radicalization, any links to other Islamist networks, so on and so forth. All those questions are still out there. Answers awaited. Thank you, Siddhant, for joining us with all those details. It's a developing story. Investigations currently at its peak.